Hey, so here's today's taster on lesson three, which is all about creativity. So the purpose of the lesson, if you want to go ahead and get it, is that I'm going to basically be talking through your approach to creativity. So really, what I'm discussing, what I'm getting into, is how creativity is really the kind of antidote to anxiety when we're trying to make progress, very often it's this sense of if we're feeling stuck, it's frightening to take a step in a new direction. There's this sense of, will I embarrass myself? Will I fail at this? There's a lot of negative self talk, but there's also an aspect of duality. So it's like you're either going to do something right or you're going to do something wrong. There's no in between. But what creativity shows us is that it's about trying something and lifting the burden of expectation around other people's judgments or perceptions of it. If you're really in a place of creativity, then that brings you into a sense of mindfulness and freedom. If you see somebody else engaging in some kind of creative activity, you will often observe how immersed they are in that and how freeing that appears. And it is, from engaging with creativity yourself that that's the state that you can get into. So if you've done lessons one and two and you have been able to practice self awareness to connect with your inner wisdom, if you've been able to practice zooming out, really the purpose of all of this is around kind of loosening up your current belief systems and being able to open your mind up to other possibilities. It's opening your mind up to creativity. That's what we're trying to do with this. And it's important because it changes your potential for being blocked. So if you can look at the possibility of making progress as a form of it's basically just a series of trying different things. It's trial and error. That's certainly how I feel about the way that I've been able to make progress. You never get it right first time. If that's the expectation that you have, that for example, I don't know, you might write an article and then get it published, but nobody really cares. And so you go, oh, well, what's the point? That's only your first try. That's only the first one. And it's more likely that it's not, oh, nobody read it. It's more likely it got a bit of interest, but it didn't do quite as well as, it didn't do as well as you thought. So then what do? You learn from it. You look at what else you can do, what you could do differently. I think it's recognizing that trying to get unstuck is it can feel frightening because it means it's stepping outside of your current reality. If you can switch up your perspective and get some freedom from that and approach it from a place of creativity, you will be able to open up more possibilities than you can really imagine. And I'll talk more about my experience of doing that and how it's possible and what you can do for yourself. Okay, well, I hope you join me on the lesson. There's plenty more. So, we're going to be covering 10 days altogether. And today is lesson three. So, join us for the rest. Okay, bye.